I hope I caught Caloran's gift sub. I think I did. If I didn't say it explicitly, thank you very much for that. And Bandashand, thank you for your Prime as well, mate. You only have one of those to use, and you decided to use it here. It's really, really appreciated. My residential area is fascinating. Thank you. It'll look a lot better when I get all of this industrial stuff out of there. Generally, I like my living quarters to just be living quarters. The things that people... In this space, it is recreation. In this space, it is zen. In this space, you don't have to do any work. Your work is to relax. The work is out there in the world that is hot and not temperature controlled and is like varying atmospheric pressures. And also, you might forget yourself and dig yourself into some pit and then suffocate. That's out there. In here, it is peace. This is where you come to heal your weary soul. And that's generally how I operate it. Early on, you can't really get away with certain things, but all of this is going to be moved out, probably very soon, actually. And this last room, the last part of my living quarters, will be turned into a rec room. The cooling reservoir is actually super full. I'm holding 10 tons of water right now. When I address the problem I just mentioned, which is having each area as kind of a loop. So, for example, let's say liquid came up here, and it comes up here at something quite low. Like, we bring it up here at, I don't know, 20, or maybe even like 10 degrees. Well, that's going to be too cold for this, so it bypasses this. It's going to be too cold for this, so it bypasses that, goes up here, where I don't care. It can come in here at any cold temperature. The colder, the better, and it just filters through. But then it goes back down, and then it comes back to the start, and it checks again. Is it now too hot for the hottest place I want to use it? Which would be like 60 degrees. No, it's now like it's gone up from 10 to 17 degrees. Okay, we'll go back through the system again. Goes back through the system and keeps cycling around until eventually it's actually 20 degrees or like above 18 degrees or something, which I would want to use in here. At that point, part of it gets bled off and starts cycling around this system until the water in this like internal, like almost isolated. It's not completely isolated, but it has an input and an output that are distinct from the rest of the loop. Once it's above like 22 degrees, it starts exiting the loop, letting any new colder liquid back in, and moves around. You know, the temperature over here gets used up as and when, and then goes up there. Generally, there should be a lot more liquid in the system than gets used in any of the 3 or more. Right now we would have 3, well actually possibly 4 unique little loops. But each one will be checked individually, and it's only when the water is of no use anyway does it get sent to be cooled. That will fix it. You meant around the heat exchangers. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. There we go, long explanation. We are just going to be dumping more water in here, but yeah, probably actually moving down the aqua tune right down to the bottom would be a good move. It would be a really good move. Because this was all the way up there a long time ago. Very, very long time ago. How are things going in here? Generally speaking, this place is being kept not unbearably hot, which I'm thankful for. How much is the gas pressure in there? Gas pressure has... Oh, there we go. Pressed at a certain point and then just dumped a bit of gases in there. What pressure have we got here? It's actually really low. It's because it's CO2. Right. We need more and more natural gas to fill in this space, really. Current errands to operate it. Go. Loud schedule. It's fine. Generally speaking, it looks like our power woes are somewhat not a big issue anymore. Somewhat. Still got 35 cycles on the natural gas. At this stage, I would hope that I'm not really using coal. No. I'm not using coal, and I probably haven't been using coal for a while. So that means that gradually these 2 storage receptacles are going to be filling up with coal. Presently, we're not even using natural gas. And so everything is kind of working, sort of. Oh, omelets. I'll accept. Thank you. Right. Down here, we want to set up a new area for our hatches, actually. Let's go ahead and set this up to be a priority 6 area. Let's get this area sorted. Want to get some new hatchlings in here. Please and thank you. We'll be really, really lazy about the way that I build it as well. I'll just do this. Oh, that's a bad move. If anyone's stuck up there. Hopefully not. There we go. Could I give you a full zoom of the colony? Sure. Wop, 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 wop. Okay. So down here is a melted glacier, which I've been using to try and dump my heat in for quite some time now. Over here, we've just set up some oil production and petroleum refining. Over here, this was an experiment in setting up basically a fertilizer-free Draco ranch that would just manage itself. It didn't go particularly well. Over here, we've got bristle blossoms, which are our main food source at the moment. Over here is another glacier that is slowly melting. Very slowly. But it is managing a lot of the heat. That is pretty much how we managed to get through the early game, is coring out this glacier, or rather most of it, and using the ice around the place. I was building ice sculptures, using icy fans, so on and so forth. This is the living quarters. I need to fix this airlock. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that standing next to the door would mean it would open even if the checkpoint didn't work, so I'm going to need to shuffle that around a little bit. Got a little nature reserve in there. Massage room, hospital, dining area, apartment blocks. Everyone in one apartment. They're on 3 different schedules. So we only need 1 toilet and 1 sink for each one because they'll use the bathroom at different times. Obviously a shower as well. This will eventually be a rec room. This is where the food is currently stored. So the food is currently made. This is where our oxygen is made. It's a very, very open spawn. I usually make them a little bit tighter than that. Down here is where mostly just the input and output of the liquids in the base go, where we're filtering things. I can now remove that, and I will do when I come back, because I mostly want it just dripping straight down into this this pool. I'm gathering excess liquids from down here to top things up around here. I'm bleeding off a little bit of my polluted water with the CO2 skimmers there, just to help with manufacturing stuff, because we didn't have a Draco Ranch fully up and running at the time. Over here, we've got... these were our early power setups. They're largely unnecessary now. This is going to be another hatch ranch. This is my first hatch ranch. This is my Draco Ranch. It is mostly configured for the maintenance of a population of glossy Dracos. Over time, we're going to get more and more and more, and that's going to be my source of plastic for now. Maybe I'll start using oil. I don't know. I've already done the lion's bit of the work, so maybe I should. We've got natural gas over here for power. Some storage there. Natural gas geyser. We're pumping up the natural gas from our current oil setup down below, down here. And generally speaking, things aren't going too badly. And mostly our dupes are reasonably happy despite how many skills I've given them. I'm actually fairly pleased with that, I've got to be honest. Fairly pleased. There you go. How do I program my schedule? I shall show you. So there we go. Default schedule just for any dupes who happen to be there. I give them a very generous amount of downtime. So they all have 4 morale just from that. They have 3 bits of bedtime, they immediately get up, use the bath time and downtime after it. So if they want a little bit longer to use the toilet or the shower, they can do that. Then they work for a bit, have some more downtime, work for a bit. I use these to separate them for people who would work in the day, get the bonus there. They've got dawn watch. It's, you know, day watch is kind of neither, it's in the middle, and then dusk watch, work at night. You're very welcome. Now, the water here is 29 degrees. That is fine by me for the most part. Now, as I was saying, I do rather urgently need to resolve this problem up here. Let's grab you, move you over. I'll pop this. You know what? I'll just stick it there. And I'll pop a little tile underneath it. I really should stop building everything on 8. My lord, why am I doing this? We are going to want a door. Manual airlock. I don't much care about the temperature in here because it's never going to get higher than the temperature of the water that's put in here, and the water is going to be like 90 degrees or something. Let's have a look. Yeah, 95 degrees. So I'm never really going to have to worry. As long as the material I put in here is capable of handling that, I'm never going to have to worry about it overheating. So, pump. If I made it out of gold amalgam, that would give me an extra 50 degrees. So yeah, 125, so that's fine. We'll pop that one right there. We will then bring out the pipes. I'm not going to worry over much about... Well, I guess I could use insulated pipes just because it's a little bit toasty, but I'm not really sure that that's necessary. There we go. Oh my lord, your eyes. Yikes. Right, all, sweep only. Priority 8. I would like all of these things in here. Swapped out. Priority 8. Please and indeed, thank you. There we go. Now I can double insulate this if I really want to keep that temperature in, but I don't actually worry too much about 90 degrees. That shouldn't be a huge concern for me. We've got a leaky oil fisher over there. We've got all sorts of things all over the place, actually. Now, have I emptied out all these pots? Yes, I have. Please copy these up. Briar blossoms all the way. And then over here, Joya. Copy that all the way. There we go. That'll be lovely. People should be pretty happy with that. There's a shine bug in the one lone pocket of air. There's also a pip. And this pip keeps laying a pip egg. And that pip immediately, like, oh no, I'm drowning, climbs up there and spends the rest of his life there. It's a beautiful, if lonely, cycle. That is working quite well, actually. I'm going to have to set up similar... there's also a hatch down there. Much the same deal. Yeah. What is the natural gas there? It's about 2k. I'm going to set this one to if it's above 1k activate. Since we do seem to have quite a lot of that gas there. In fact, that's a little bit more than I really want to see. Can I place it? Oh, I can place it there. Wow, okay. Well, that is so much better than what I've got here. Also, what am I making? Oh, wait. I'm not sure what I'm even making all of this out of. First and foremost, copy this. What am I making it? Copper. Good. Okay, pop that there. In that case, copper. Pop it there. That should work for me. We're actually starting to stockpile a nice little bit of petroleum there. That was lead, really? Scoundrel! You try to thwart my efforts. Never mind. We're keeping this place relatively cool, thankfully. We're bringing down 21 degree polluted water, sending it back up at 25. So yeah, our cooling loop currently is actually managing everything really well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually genuinely impressed. Oh no, what's happening over here again? It's going down to 15 degrees. Poop. I mean, technically that's okay, we can manage it. But it's annoying. Because my regular Dracos don't like that. I think they can survive at 15. Livable temperature is 15, so it's just within the livable range. Any lower, and that's massive cruelty, but... Ugh. Let's see about again, all sorted soon. Right, we want to basically copy over these settings. We want granite and igneous rock. I would prefer granite if I'm honest. Which we have a ridiculous amount of, but I guess igneous rock as well. Alright, yeah, we'll copy over. Right. Copy all that down. Copy. Paste. I want to copy, paste that over here as well. And then finally, in here, we only want stone hatches and stone hatchlings. Womp womp. Copy settings down there. Same with this. Can't actually copy those settings, never mind then. 8. Only want stone hatch eggs to be stored down here. There we go. Incubate. 7. Copy that down as well. There we go. And with that, we will have a new area for our hatches. Now, the hatches shouldn't really care over much about the temperature. The only reason we need to temperature control this room is because we're growing plants in it. Aavak, worrying about temperature while at my base. All my dupes are peeing in the clean water filter. I mean, honestly, it's not that much of a concern. If you're not cooking with water, it doesn't matter. Oh, well, actually, maybe it does a little bit. Maybe it does, because we are actually getting gristleberry over here with food poisoning germs. Right, okay. And the lice loaf. Oof. Lots of food poisoning germs. Oh, of course, yeah, lice loaf is made with water. Of course it is. To be honest, food poisoning isn't that bad. But, yeah, lice loaf is probably where we need to draw the line. Well, given that, then I can just turn off lice loaf entirely. And then that stops being a concern. But yeah, usually I don't cook with water. I only started using the lice loaf so we weren't wasting the meal lice down here. But yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. I hadn't considered that. Yeah, as a result, I now need to start worrying about my water. I could clean the water though, honestly. That wouldn't be too hard to do. I could easily use a chlorine setup to take care of that. What do we got? We got some thimbleweed. Sure, I'll take it. Have we got skills for people who need them? Maybe to pay bills? Exosuit for Snowfoot. There we go. Fantastic. We no longer have any dupes who are going to be super slow in their Atmo suits. Hello, Ian. How's it going, man? Haven't caught one of your streams in ages. It's going really well, mate. How about yourself? We can now disconnect this. And indeed, disconnect all the automation there as well. Well, copy those settings across. This should be able to keep things moving quite nicely. Actually, I will say it's 1,500 there. Yeah. Look at that go. Alright, not bad at all, in my opinion. Not bad at all. I love how the balloon is just left there. Just tied the balloon to the side of the machine. Hang on, I need to do some work. Give me a sec. Well, that one petroleum generator is more or less just propping up all the power needs of my entire colony. That is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I'm gonna need a little power down here, though. I could split it off from this, but that seems wasteful. Like an extreme level of wasteful. Like, oh my lord, why so wasteful? Dislike all of the natural gas. I guess as people go in and out, it's just letting a little bit of natural gas bleed out. You know what, then? Yeah, now that we've got this pressure, I'm going to say 1,000. Let's keep the pressure in here at 1,000 so that we're not constantly blowing all of that natural gas out the side there. A little bit of natural gas leaking away. Considering we're making it now, isn't too much of a problem for me. But we need to add more water to the whole system, so could I get that to be analyzed as a priority 9? Furthermore, let's turn off sweeping there. Furthermore, let's have a look. If we have 1, 2, 3, 4 down there, then this is where we want to draw out our new layer. That's fine. Down. And all the way across. I may well go ahead and just add a wall in here just to make this look nicer. Something like that. We will probably get rid of that particular ladder at some stage. In fact, actually, is there any reason to? Thinking about it. I can easily allow... Well, I may as well let you finish that off now. But I can easily just run this pipe across. Like so. But carry on the flooring from there. I should have thought about that one then. There we go. Now we're going to want to give priority for the clean water. Well, we're already taking that from up here, so that's fine. So we want to deliver this water to the pool down here. Now, technically, I could just drop it off there, because it would just flow down and then flow out. That's not a bad idea, actually. It would even get cooled a little bit by the cool water coming back through. So, sure, I guess. That isn't a problem. That isn't a problem at all. Right, who dat? Oh, thank you very much for the gift sub there. Thank you. What have I been playing lately? Ian asked. Well, a lot of things. On stream, Desperados, Oxygen Not Included, Terraria, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Off stream, I have been playing an awful lot of different games. I've done a series. I'm currently doing a series of Factory Town on my YouTube channel, as well as RimWorld, Chimera Squad. Those are the active ones right now. I may be about to start a series on Civilization 6. We'll see about that one. But yeah. that is where it all stands at the moment. Right, now that I've got that, I can go ahead and, you know what, to keep the cost of this down a bit, let's build that out and switch over to a power transformer really quickly. Whomp. And then run this down and through. There we go. Indeed, we're just going to bring that all the way across. And that should work. Oh yes, that's right, Stellaris as well. I haven't played on Stellaris in a little while, but that series is still basically in reserve, waiting for me to have time from the other stuff to get back to that. I really want to finish Chimera Squad because I'm super close to it, and truth be told, it's a bit of a weak series on the channel, so it is kind of hobbling the channel to have that still hanging around. So the faster I can get through that, the sooner I can get onto series which do better, and thus, generally speaking, you know, don't kind of sacrifice my channel so much to finish. There we go. Now, setting up some more oil to get in there will be very important very soon. So let's have a look at what we can do to that end. We want to get around about this. We then want a steel. Yeah, that would work quite well. Now, we don't need much of a larger area, from what I understand. We could just make it taller and have the roof, the cap on it, but I'll have the vent over about there, I think. Something like this should work quite nicely, I believe. Cancel that out for there. We would then want igneous rock insulation around it, something along these lines, and up like that. Have a door over here, like so. Some more granite on the inside. Granite on this side. So that will be... this will be the vent. Have granite up there. Something like this will probably do for me. Now we're going to want to introduce the coolant as well. So let's plan that out. First and foremost, we want coolant moving through. We want this to be granite. Like so. Up and out. That's my coolant. I'm going to need water delivered to it. Doesn't really matter on the temperature of this one. That's annoying. Alright. I can have a bridge there and bring that down. In fact, this will work out because I'm going to be bringing that down here. So that's not going to be crossing there, so I can just have a bridge going across. But I really dislike having bridges crossing bridges. So we'll move that around. But we'll want the water coming in about here. Where does that go down? It goes around right in the middle. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, made a mistake there. Probably going to want it popping down about here, I'm going to guess. And we want this tile to be mesh as well. Let's pop that in. We can have a little ladder on this side. In fact, that's the only place in this room that we can do it. So we'll build that. We can have the gas vent over there, and everything else we can slowly build up to. For now, that's going to be the main thing. We've got access on most sides. In fact, we're going to have access on all sides in just a second. Bring that all the way down. In fact, we'll take it all the way down. That as well. I am going to need... Well, actually, we'll cancel this dig for now. Just so that we can get what I need in here dug out. There we go. Now, all of that has been set up as a very high priority, and that is absolutely 100% positively not what I want. I want to do this in a very specific way, so I'm going to set this down to priority 1, and then only allow certain parts of it to be built. First, we'll start with this bit. Yeah, we'll start with that bit first. Then we'll start down the side, across the bottom. Once we've isolated it, I need to get this water out, obviously. That's going to be a potch, but it'll be important. Have I tried out Monster Train? You know what? I haven't tried out Monster Train yet, but I've really been tempted to. I've heard a lot of good things about it. When are we going to see a collab between me and Splatter again? I mean to see if he fancies doing a little bit of just a chill board game sort of stream at some point. I've really enjoyed that. Just a really relaxing stream. Hopefully be able to drain a lot of this water out of here, but we'll see how that goes. Right, that's all been hooked up. No liquid there to pump. Very well. Now is time to empty this zone. Now that I need to be done as a 9. You're dynamic. So, what do I do on my nation's celebration from its independence from England? I watch a Welshman who lives in Scotland. USA. USA. That's fantastic. Yeah, we are slowly building up our petroleum. And that's only going to get better once this area has been constructed. Wow, are you really that bored that you're doing, like, priority 1 work? My goodness. That is a mood right there. So bored doing priority 1. How about you mop that water up? And all of that as well.